Hello guys, today we have an interesting episode lined up for you. We are going to have an up-close and candid review of that Toyota Harrier XU80. The vehicle has just arrived from Mombasa, but the journey does not stop here. We imported this Harrier for a client and we are going to deliver it all the way to Nakuru. So we are going to have an up-close and candid review of the vehicle, and then you are going to join us on our epic drive to Nakuru to deliver this Harrier to the client. Taking you through this review and drive, I'll be your host, Eric Wakabi, Eric with a CK, and I'll also be joined by Tom. Remember, you can follow me at a personal level on Facebook, Instagram, X, TikTok, and Threads as well. We can also connect on LinkedIn. My handle is Eric Wakabi, Eric with a CK. Good morning, it's around 7 a.m. and we are about to start our journey to Nakuru with the 2020 Toyota Harrier MXU85. And this is how this video is going to be. We are going to start with talking about the engine and the engine options that the MXU80 comes with as we drive to the viewpoint.
Sasa hii diesel ni expect kushinda vipa. Beta niweke vipa bana. Kama vani nakunywa diesel na ni expect kushinda nini?
Diesel ni expensive kushinda vipa. Chapter 1 of this video is understanding the fourth generation Toyota Harrier XU80. The XU80 is the successor to the previous generation of the Toyota Harrier, the XU60. In Kenya, the XU60 is otherwise known as the old model Toyota Harrier. It is the one whose grille is a thief magnet. Transitioning from the XU60 to the XU80 is what I would call a proper upgrade. And without a doubt, I would say that the XU80 is the best Harrier ever made. To understand why this is the best Harrier ever made, you have to first of all study the lineage of the Toyota Harrier. The first and the second generations of the Toyota Harrier were not independent models. In fact, back then, you would not say the Harrier is an independent model. And this is because it had Lexus RX paralleled models. But in 2013, the Harrier nameplate graduated and became an independent model at Toyota. And that is when the Toyota Harrier XU60 was introduced. However, transitioning from the XU60 to the XU80, there was nothing in common between these two vehicles, irrespective of coming from an age when the Harrier nameplate was an independent model. And that is because this Toyota Harrier XU80, the fourth generation, is built on a new platform. The XU60 was built on Toyota's MC platform, but in 2020, Toyota introduced the XU80 with the TNGA platform. The XU80 is built on Toyota's new global architecture platform. And the reason why Toyota introduced the TNGA platform is to make their vehicles more modular and simpler, because we know Toyota for Kaizen, continuous improvement. The specific platform that the fourth generation Harrier is built on, yes, it's in the TNGA family, because the TNGA is a family of platforms. The specific platform that this vehicle is built on is the GAK, the Global Architecture K platform. And this vehicle has nothing in common with the XU60. In fact, it is more related to the Toyota RAV4 than the previous generation Toyota Harrier. What TNGA did to the Harrier is a complete overhaul. new engine options, making the Harrier more fuel economical, including a plug-in hybrid option, ile hybrid unaweza charge. Secondly, it introduced a stiffer and lighter chassis with reduced noise, vibrations and harshness, NVH, making the Harrier more comfortable, more spacious and even more exciting to drive. The 4th generation Toyota Harrier, the XU80, provides only 2 engine options, and out of the 2 engine options, none of them is turbocharged. The 2 engine options come from a new family of engines at Toyota that are called the Dynamic Force family of engines, and these engines have 3 major characteristics. Number 1, they are high compression engines. Number 2, they possess superior thermal efficiency, and number 3, they have a direct mode of fuel injection. These 2 engines are the 2-liter naturally aspirated 4-cylinder M20A FKS engine and the 2.5-liter 4-cylinder naturally aspirated A25A FXS engine, and the A25A is for hybrid applications. And on the XU80 series, the hybrid variants are 2. We have the normal hybrid and a plug-in hybrid electric vehicle, the PHEV, the hybrid that you can charge. Now let's get into details. This particular Harrier that we are delivering today is what is called the MXUA85. That means it's a 2-liter non-hybrid 4-wheel drive Toyota Harrier, and the engine on it is the M20A FKS. The power output on this one is around 169 horsepower and 207 Newton meters of torque. Well, that is sufficient horsepower. The fuel economy on it is between 12 kilometers to the liter to 14 kilometers to the liter. The thermal efficiency is very impressive because the M20A FKS can achieve a thermal efficiency rating of 40%. Yeah, that's how thermal efficient this engine is. Well, the hybrid variants of the Toyota Harrier are more powerful with the A25A FXS because their power output is around 176 horsepower and 221 Newton meters of torque. So with the hybrid, you get more power and more torque, but you also get a bigger engine under the hood. We are currently at the Rift Valley viewpoint, upper past Uplands. And Tom, I would like us to talk about the costings of this particular Harrier and the costing of the average Harrier.
This Harrier, as I told you before, ilifika na around 3.85 million. It's a deal price. Ni gari tulitafuta for very long, mpaka tukailand. On average, hii gari average prices are around 4.5 million. Those are the average prices you can import. Yeah, so but ukitaka deal ni kungojea. You have to wait. Patience
is actually the card. Hiyo ndio card yenye ina count, because for instance this one umesema ilikuwa ngapi landing cost?
3.85 million.
3.85, and on average it would have to retail for 700,000 Kenya shillings more.
Yes.
What about the prices locally, Tom?
Locally from 5 million. When nimeona on average 5 million.
Yeah, so there is a lot of saving that comes with direct importation.
Yeah.
The other advantage of direct importation is the qualities. Maybe Tom, you can talk about that as well.
Yes, you know, when you import your car, we give you the history of the car. Tutakupea auction sheet. You will know the mileage at the time of purchase. Na pia utajua the grade. So we are very keen on the auction grade tukiimportia mtu gari, because we see no need of you importing a bad car.
Kuna haja kuleta gari mbovu.
Yes, so we encourage at least grade 4, grade 4.5, na wengine hata grade 5.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like the Tiguan tulileta ilikuwa grade 5, eh?
Yeah, ilikuwa grade 5.
Okay. The average timeline for shipping the vehicle, because this is also another question that we have been getting of late.
Between 45 and 60 days.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the average timeline.
So at least mko na timeline. So after hapa Tom, tuende hadi Nakuru.
Tuende mpaka Nakuru.
Na tupatiane hii gari kwa mwenyewe. alafu turudi na Peugeot yetu. Ile Peugeot imetupeleka hadi Uganda.
Hii Peugeot imetembea.
Imetembea sana. Power is transmitted to all the four wheels on this 4th generation non-hybrid 4-wheel drive Toyota Harrier via a K120 CVT transmission. The K120 CVT transmission is a game changer in the CVT world because it has a physical fast gear. You know, CVTs are primarily belt and pulley, but the K120 has a physical fast gear for high torque applications, and that is what makes the new generation Toyota Harrier fun to drive. It does not feel like the sluggish CVT on the ZSU60 Toyota Harrier. Now, another intelligent thing about the 4-wheel drive, you know, most people say that 4-wheel drive consumes more fuel, but on the 4th generation Toyota Harrier, the 4-wheel drive is so intelligent that when you're driving, you have a digital screen on the cluster that shows you how much power is being sent to the wheels. Now, irrespective of the fact that this is a 4-wheel drive, it has front-wheel drive bias. So when you accelerate, you will notice that there is more power being sent to the front wheels than to the rear wheels. The other thing is that sometimes when you're coasting, you will notice that there is no power being sent to the rear wheels, and that makes it very fuel economical, irrespective of the fact that it is a 4-wheel drive. And if you are to ask me, I would choose a 4-wheel drive Toyota Harrier any day, any time. The hybrid variants of the Toyota Harrier come with another game-changing transmission, and that is what is called the eCVT. The eCVT is not your conventional CVT. In fact, it is nothing like a CVT. It is a CVT that is made up of a planetary set of gears. So the previous generation Toyota Harrier, the XU60, the non-hybrid ones had a gearbox that was called, or a transmission that was called the Super CVTi, the Intelligent Super CVT, that had a 7-speed simulation. The hybrid variant still got the same planetary based CVT, the eCVT, that is also on this vehicle, but this one is more refined for the hybrid. But for the non-hybrid, that is where the juice is. There is no longer that whining, the feel of stamping a piglet when you're driving this car. And that is why I keep on saying that this is probably the best Toyota Harrier ever made, because it combines reliability, fuel economy, and it is fun to drive. The handling is epic, and that is because it has an electronic power steering that is very, very, very responsive. The other thing, it is a very safe crossover SUV. It has a Toyota safety sense, blind spot monitoring, you have airbags all around, and lane departure assist that vibrates the steering wheel whenever you veer off your lane, and also the collision prevention plus the rear traffic alert system. So this is a modern SUV drenched in tech. Gone are the days when we said Toyotas were all basic without any important tech. If you are to compare this 4th generation non-hybrid Toyota Harrier with the 3rd generation XU60 non-hybrid non-turbo Toyota Harrier, the biggest complaint with the XU60 non-hybrid Toyota Harrier and the non-turbo one is the whining CVT and the sluggishness. This one, irrespective of being non-turbo, the non-hybrid variant of the XU80 itapita hiyo old model kwa mlima kama imesimama, and that is because of the K120 CVT. The only variant that would be exempted from this narrative is the Toyota Harrier ASU65, the one that comes with the turbocharged 8AR turbocharged 2-liter engine and the 6-speed automatic transmission. That one will outperform this one any day, any time. But if you are to compare apples to apples, this one is a way better option. But I will leave to say the holy grail of the Toyota Harrier was the ASU65.
Turn it up, don't turn it off. Turn me round, put me in my place. From there, I can see it all, so beautiful. The world is turning fast.
are in Nakuru County, and we have successfully delivered the 4th generation Toyota Harrier MXU85.